I want to tell you about a town I've lived near for 26 years. It's a medieval market town in the Midlands of the UK. It's a beautiful place. There's a castle by the river, the kind of high street that tourists photograph without being asked to. When we moved to the area, shops still closed for half a day on Wednesdays and Saturdays. If you wanted lunch at a cafe after 11 in the morning, you were out of luck. The town kept farming hours because the town served farmers. That was the logic, and it really worked until it didn't. Hi, I'm Keith Lockwood. I've spent 30 years working with retailers, from independent shops on local high streets to international fashion houses. I help independent retailers think more clearly, act more deliberately, and build shops that their customers genuinely want to come back to. Less noise, more clarity. Last week, we talked about the Instagram problem, how to make your shop visible to people who haven't found you yet. And this week, I want to zoom out and look at the bigger picture, because the two things connect more directly than you might think. The town I've lived near has gone through what a lot of towns have gone through. The half-day closing gave way to closures, empty units, then the familiar pattern, charity shops, barbers, vape shops. The marketplace looked like a place that had given up on itself. But I've watched something else happen over the past few years. Independent retailers have started opening. 2 galleries now show and sell local artists' works, and they're busy. The pavement cafe culture has arrived. You can actually get lunch at lunchtime. There's a continental feel about the market square in a way there never was when we first moved here. Always in crisis, always changing, always at its best exciting. And the reason it's exciting now, it's not just council regeneration. It's not an anchor tenant or a new car park. It's the independent retailers who made a decision to open something they believed in a place they loved. And that's it. That's the whole mechanism. Chapter 8 of The Reluctant Retailer makes the case that the independent retailer's real advantage is not price and not range. It's distinctiveness. The ability to be genuinely, specifically unrepeatable. And that is what a high street needs in order to become a destination rather than just a place you pass through. Let me show you what I mean with 2 towns. My town is regenerating. Not fully, not perfectly, but the direction of travel is clear. What's driving it is the mix of things you can only get there. The galleries, the specialist independents, the cafes with actual character. People come for the castle and stay for the afternoon because there's something to discover. 20 minutes away, a town of similar size went through the same closures in the same decade. It hasn't come back in the same way. The units are occupied, mostly, but by things you could find in 40 other towns. There's nothing there that would make you tell a friend to visit, and so nobody does. Same pressures, completely different outcomes. The difference isn't the local council. It's not the car parking. It's whether independent retailers took a chance on doing something distinctive. Here's how I think about what independents actually contribute to a high street. First, distinctiveness. Your shop is the only shop of its kind in your town. Anyone who wants what you offer has to come to you. And when they come to you, they walk past everything else on your street. Distinctiveness turns a visitor into a wander. And a wander is what turns a single purchase into an afternoon. Second, character. Chains have brand guidelines. You have a personality. The way you dress your window, the things you choose to stock. the conversations you have. All of it tells a story of who you are and what kind of place your town is. That's what makes somewhere worth photographing. That's what makes a visitor tell their friends. Third, commitment. You're not going to close because quarterly results dipped and regional management rationalized the portfolio. You are committed to your place in a way no chain can be. And customers feel that. It builds trust, and trust over time is what holds a high street together. There's a line from a 1938 report on British retail that I keep coming back to. It said the health of a high street is measured not by the number of shops upon it, but by how irreplaceable those shops have made themselves. Irreplaceable. That's the word. Not cheaper, not more convenient, irreplaceable. Here's a quick exercise. 3 questions before you open tomorrow. 1. If your shop closed, where would your customers go locally to get the same thing? If the answer is nowhere, you're already irreplaceable. If there are 2 or 3 alternatives, you have work to do on distinctiveness. 2. Would a tourist walking your street for the first time stop at your window? Would it tell them something about the character of your town? 3. What are 3 things about your shop that are entirely specific to you? Not your category, but you. Those 3 things should be your shop's most visible features, not its best kept secret. This is the heart of the theme we've been working through, competing with online while building local connections. These aren't 2 separate strategies. They're the same strategy seen from different angles. Your shop competes with online by being something online can never be. A place, a personality, a reason to make a journey. And it builds local connections by becoming irreplaceable to the community that surrounds and inhabits it. The high street is not dying. It's changing. And the towns that are finding their way back are the ones with independent retailers willing to do something distinctive, something committed, something genuinely rooted in the place they've chosen to trade in. If you want to look at what's actually driving new customers to your shop and where the opportunity lies to bring in more, the Retail Profit Finder, it's linked below, will help identify those areas. It's free and should take you only about 15 minutes to go through. And Chapter 8 of The Reluctant Retailer goes into the full case study for the independent advantage. Differentiation, brand story, how to make your shop irreplaceable. Again, the link to the book is in the description below. Next week, we'll zoom back in again and talk about lighting, probably the most overlooked tool in any shop, and one where a single change can transform how your products look and how your space feels. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Thank you for your attention. I'm Keith Lockwood. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.